This is a wish list from the players as well that I can tell you this. No more Thursday night games. It's just a burden to them.
Today, we're going to be ranking. The prompt for you is, all I want for Christmas is you. And you're going to have to fill that in. So we'll go around the horn and we'll give our list of the things you want for Christmas in the NFL this season.
Are we mailing it from the game day office to Santa? Like, how are we getting it to Santa?
Yeah.
Gonna find out if he's naughty or nice.
Adam is Santa this year.
Santa? Oh, I should have got a Santa costume for this episode. All right, who wants to
All right,
start?
so who's going first? Who's kicking us?
I could start.
Oh, Matan, start it off.
I could start. All right. All I want for Christmas this year is the Giants to make the playoffs.
That's a good one.
That's all I ask. I'll lose. I'll take an L, happily. If the Giants are in the wild card game, I'll be thrilled. Thrilled. Are you kidding? That's exceeding expectations by a lot. I was expecting to lose DJ in the first 4 weeks of this season, and he's outperformed, and I'll be very happy with the playoff appearance. My second thing that I want for Christmas is both the Eagles and the Cowboys to lose this weekend. I don't know if we could find a way to arrange that, Roger Goodell, but if you could figure that out, that would be great.
What about a tie?
No, don't need it. I want them both to lose. Let's just
cancel the game.
Cancel the game. Yeah. Tack an L onto there.
I like that.
Thank you. I'm asking Santa for something.
I think it makes sense because then Jalen Hurts' MVP stock still looks good. Dak doesn't need to throw more INTs.
Right. It's a battle of very equivalent quarterbacks in Dak Prescott and Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
All right. The next thing I want for Christmas is the Vikings to tank and prove they stink.
Yeah, no,
I
like
have
that.
a bunch of friends who are huge Vikings fans for some reason. I have like 3 really close friends who are massive Vikings fans.
Who the hell is from Minnesota?
I have 3 friends.
Interesting.
I don't know. That are from Minnesota. They grew up in St. Paul.
Minnesota.
But I always am trying to tell them that they're bad, and then they keep winning, and then I keep losing arguments. So I would love for them to tank so I can just be proven right. The next thing I want for Christmas, and I think we can all kind of agree on this one, is Tom Brady to retire.
No.
It's time.
I don't
It's
really
Tom.
care.
It's Tom.
He's pretty much retired. If you think
time
about
for
his
Tom.
performance, he's like retired already.
Time for Tom.
Yeah.
And then the last thing all I want for Christmas is you.
Oh.
Is you.
Don't touch me.
And you.
Don't touch me.
Ben, even you.
No, nobody wants Ben. Nobody wants producer Ben.
Shout out Mariah Carey, man.
Shout out Mariah Carey, greatest Christmas song of all time.
You f***ed up on a couple of things. One, you said that Dak and Gardner Minshew were equal or something. Can you
heard
please
me.
take that back?
You heard me.
And then, very bad take. And then second of all,
Very good take.
the Vikings have a huge fan base, Adam. So don't disrespect the Vikings.
Yeah,
fan
fact.
base.
Goal.
Thanks.
Hold on. I didn't say that they don't. They have a great fan
Adam's
base.
a
What I'm
Dolphin.
saying, no.
was
What
gonna
I'm
say, that's
saying
coming
here
from a
is
Dolphins
who's.
fan,
I
bro.
don't
There's
know
like
anyone
7
from.
of you.
I know one person from Minnesota.
Minnesota.
That's it. He's got a lot of friends from Minnesota here. To me, is very interesting.
Yeah.
How many friends do you have from Minnesota?
Shout out Max Rotenberg and Justin Less.
I got a bunch.
What about you, Felipe? How many
I went
friends
to
do you have
school
from
in Missouri,
Minnesota?
bro. Like I know hella Minnesota people.
None.
Okay,
None.
thank you.
But that's not the point. That's not the point.
That was my point.
Hey, Felipe, you want to give us your list?
Here's what I want for Christmas. I talked to Mariah Carey, and we agreed on this list right here. Number 1, I need a Cowboys Super Bowl. I've needed it. I've needed it ever since I started watching this thing, man. I get disappointed all the time. We've had 2007 number 1 seed blew it to the Giants in the divisional round. 2014, the refs took it from us. Dez did catch that ball. Freaking like 2017, like it's year after year after year when we have the best team in football, we don't know how to win. But this year looks different. The defense looks good. The offense looks good. Defense looks a little shaky now. We can't get to the quarterback anymore because we can't defend in the secondary because we have too many injuries. Hopefully that gets fixed. I need a Cowboys Super Bowl. That's number 1. Number 2, I need the referees to stop missing calls. I'm actually really tired of it. If I could get one thing, like, you know what? Take the Cowboys Super Bowl. Take that, fine, whatever. At least give us good football that is completely in the hands of what's going on the football field and not these referees botching these calls, right? Left and right. Pass interferences, roughing the passers. That's the worst. Roughing the passer sucks. Hate that. Or like an easy out of bounds call that they call a touchdown or the other way around. It makes no sense. I want consistency. Number 3 is I need a fade from Patty. Now, Patty counts as an NFL guy. So this is obviously he's very within the NFL circle. So I need a fade from Patty, bro. Like however I can make that happen, I need to make that happen.
Dude, that'll make you one and the same. You and Trav are on the same level of eliteness.
Dude, I had to wear a hat today because my hair's looking so bad. So
Felipe, you normally have really good hair.
Yesterday.
You normally have really nice hair. So
Yeah, but you know, there's levels to this shit, man.
Yeah,
That's what it comes down to.
That's
We're
true.
gonna make it happen for sure.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. You heard,
I'm gonna
you heard
come
from
up
the
there
man.
for one episode, and we're gonna do the episode there, and I'll do the haircuts while we're
I
filming.
have a great idea, Patty.
go.
Why don't we set up an entire barbershop in here? We'll get a couple guests. We'll cut and
I'll call
chop it up,
Maverick
and
Carter.
we'll call it the shop. How about that?
Let's go.
That's a very
I
original
just
idea,
thought of
by the
that.
way.
It just came to me. I don't know. It hit me. It was out of the blue. I know. Fantastic idea.
Another thing I want playoff wins from Lamar Jackson. I know he finally got his first one last year. And I'm a huge Lamar Jackson fan. I think he can get it done. But again, we always go back to we haven't seen a quarterback of his type, of his style of play, get it done. And I want to be able to cross that thing off, man. I want to see him win multiple games, even if it's getting to the AFC Championship game, lose there, and then maybe let's see where we can take it from there on. The Ravens obviously haven't given him as much help as I'd want. Another thing with theRavens is I want J.K. Dobbins to get his speed back. Now, partly because he's on my dynasty team. I traded for him before this season. And he started playing well for the past couple weeks. Over 120 yards. He had 120 the week before. Last week he had 125. But he doesn't look like he has that breakaway speed because he doesn't, right? If he were to run a 40-yard dash right now, it looks like he'd be running like a 4.7. I need him to get closer to the 4.6, 4.5 range. But once he gets that back, he's going to be a top 5 running back next year, I think. Justin Fields, I need him to become a top 7 quarterback in 2023. This is a long list, but this is all the things I want Santa to do for me. I want Justin Fields to become a top 7 quarterback in 2023. Give him the talent, okay? Around him, I'm saying. Give him the receivers. Give him the just everything. I need all that, okay? Justin Fields will get there. Lastly, has nothing to do with the NFL, but please give me another season of the Boondocks, man. The Boondocks is one of my favorite shows ever. I don't really watch TV shows like that, but I love the Boondocks. And the Christmas episode of the Boondocks, shout out the Christmas tree right behind me. I love that episode, bro. It's so good. Riley, Huey, I mean, the characters in the show, so good. I need another episode, and they were gonna.
Felipe, I don't know what I'm more in love with: the speed at which your vocal cords just hit, or the fact that you just admitted you actually do watch TV.
The Boondocks is the only thing I watch, bro. I wake up every Christmas morning. First thing I do is watch the Christmas episode of the Boondocks. So I need a new season. They were supposed to release it in 2023. They canceled it for some reason, maybe because it's going to be too controversial or something. Where you are in 2023, you know, it was kind of inappropriate back in 2006. But bring it back somehow. I want to watch it. That's my list. Please, Santa.
Hey,
Wow,
man.
well
Hey,
done.
hey.
Well done.
That was a great
That's
list.
good.
Good luck, Santa. It's a lot
I'll
of
go
things
next
to
because I
fulfill.
got a few similar things.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, Patty, what do you got?
I mean, one should always be the Super Bowl for your team. You know, if you're, you know,
but you
I'm
already
I'm
have
diehard
one. You
fan.
have one so recently. That
We have one.
but that's one more than I have since I've been alive. It's one more than Jack's had since he's been alive. It's the one more than all of us have had since we've been alive. Take what you can get.
That's true.
Take what you can get.
Matan.
I mean, I want to take
not
one
much.
more. You
All
know,
right, that's fair.
That's
What you got
fair.
at number 2?
That's fair.
Not you, not me.
2 would be for Hurts to still get the MVP somehow. He's worked so hard this year. I think he deserves it. I don't want to see him lose it just because of an injury. You know, I mean, if they win this game this year, he might sit out the last 3 games anyway. So it kind of just hurts that Hurts might not win the MVP. 3, similar to Felipe, is I put new refs, and it's for selfish reasons. The Eagles should be 14-0. We all know that picture of the ref looking right at Dallas Goedert with his head completely turned, with the face mask, and that's when he fumbled the ball, and the Redskins, the Commanders picked it up, scored after that. We ended up losing that game. So new refs because they are deciding a lot of games, and it's kind of getting ridiculous at this point. 4 would be. And this is a wish list from the players as well that I can tell you this is no more Thursday night games. I mean, absolutely no one likes Thursday night games. Yeah, it's something for us to watch. But I mean, if you have fantasy teams that you don't even know who to start because they usually don't perform well, 4 days is not enough rest for these guys. I mean, they limp around literally all week. They're just limping around. So I think Thursday night games is starting to get really bad football. I mean, you're not getting the most out of your team.
Horrible.
So, and 5 would be, I'm out of the fantasy playoffs, but I still want it, is for the Saints to throw at least one more screen pass to Alvin Kamara. I mean, it's unbelievable how they use
makes
this
no
talent.
sense.
They don't even.
No sense.
They don't
It's so
even.
annoying.
he comes off the field after first down. They don't even, I mean, with Sean Payton, he was getting 5 to 10 screen passes a game, and look how good he was. So they are just wasting his talent, just running him straight up the middle and then taking him out. It's kind of getting out of hand. So I want the Saints to throw one more screen pass this year to Alvin Kamara.
That was really
one.
well
That's a
said.
great
That's a great
list.
list.
Just
Patty,
one.
Patty, quickly.
That's
So
a
you're
great
telling me,
take, man.
so you're telling me there's an overwhelming majority of players that you've cut and worked with that have been outspoken in terms of there being no more Thursday night football games.
Not one person that I've ever talked to, player, has been like, "Oh man, I'm excited for this Thursday night game." You know, it's just a burden to them. They have to play Sunday, turn around, only have 1 or 2 days of practice, travel. It's just not good. Like, they just hate the games. It's not fair to the players. Just because, you know, Amazon wants to make all this money. They should move.
It's really just a
They
money
should
thing.
move. They should have 2 Monday night games. That would be sick.
That would be sick.
A 7 o'clock and a 10 o'clock.
Yeah, give me an East Coast and West Coast one, like something like that. That'd be dope.
I don't know if I'm in. I don't know if
Yeah,
I'm prepared
that
to
makes
stay
sense.
up till 2 in the morning. But yeah, no, I'd prefer a 10 o'clock Monday night football game over Thursday night. But that's interesting.
Jack, you want to give us your Christmas wish list?
First, you know, obviously, I just want Brock Purdy to solidify himself as the quarterback of the future for the Niners. Whether that's, I think it'd be cool, whether that's win a Super Bowl, whether it's, you know, get into the Super Bowl. I just think it'd be really cool to have a quarterback for the next 10 years that I can say his nickname is Big Cock Brock, or, you know, Pretty Penis Purdy. I've heard that one thrown around. That's an interesting one.
Jack, you're far too horny for it being like 8 a.m. where you are right now.
Just wait for the rest of the list, my friend. So we got number 2. I am really horny for a Lions playoff game. I just need that. Just to see them in the playoffs would be sick. I mean, Dan Campbell, the man. Number 3, this is a very selfish one. I want the Chiefs to lose in the first round. I'm sorry, Patty. I know your boys with Kelsey. My dogs are barking outside. I can't stand the Chiefs. I can't stand their fans. They're annoying as shit. They're cocky as hell. They're arrogant. I just cannot stand them, and I'd love to see them lose in horrible fashion in the first round, whatever that's the wild card divisional. I would just love it.
I like Chiefs fans, but
Yeah, I like Chiefs fans too.
No, well, I went to school with a million of them at Mizzou, and they're annoying. Number 4, I need dome stadiums to be abolished. F that.
Dome
Play football.
stadiums?
Play outside. Yeah, domed stadiums, indoor stadiums. They suck. They're stupid. Like, if you're playing football, you're telling me it's like, oh, it's too cold. We need like a nice weather for our players. Oh, it's raining too much. It's snowing too much. That's your advantage, bro. Play outside. Practice outside of that. Get used to it. Dome stadiums, indoor stadiums are just a cop out. I want the Vikings to play outside in -5 degrees with a bunch of snow. That would be sick. But number 5, this is where it gets a little horny. Is I just want more Carissa Thompson. Just more of her in general. She's fine as hell. If you look up her name on Reddit, there's also some good stuff out there. And and the last one, number 6, it's Felipe. Really, I don't need to get too into that with the Chris Thompson. The last one it's kind of Felipe inspired me to add this onto my list. It's just White Lotus, the film, an alternate season 2 ending.
Okay.
Don't tell me. I didn't finish it yet.
But you just know it sucks. Like, we're not going to discuss it right now, but it sucks.
I
It was
agree.
lazy. It was
I f***ing agree, Jack. It's bullshit. It's bullshit, Mike White. Put the real Mike White in.
You're telling me I spent 8 hours of my life for that shit? No, get out of here. Anyway.
good list.
That's a great
Merry
list.
Christmas.
Adam,
I think especially
wrap
with
us up with your
Thompson.
list, Adam.
That was a great list. I totally agree. We actually all have some similarities, which is weird considering we did not plan this. But all I want for Christmas, first and foremost, is a Miami Dolphins Super Bowl. I mean, it's been so many goddamn years. Like, just please. The next thing I want for Christmas is to see NFL referees get fined. On the backs of what Patty said and what Felipe said. Enough is enough. If you're gonna not necessarily rig a game, but make a call that f***s up a team's record or something, you need to be held accountable the same way that a player can be held accountable for unnecessary roughness or some nonsense.
Hey, they bet on the Giants last week. What are you going to do? I would do the same thing.
But that's not fair.
Nah.
I want to see NFL refs get fined. The next thing I want for Christmas is Russell Wilson to have less bathrooms. Like, it's just become too much of a narrative about his bathrooms that I don't care about the bathrooms anymore, and give some to the less fortunate. You know, you don't need a dozen bathrooms because in 2 weeks' time, you can shit in all of them. And that's just far too many bathrooms. Number 4, for people to understand what it really means to still call Justin Herbert a social media quarterback, I just think people don't really get it at all, which makes total sense because we're all stupid. But, you know, he had 312 passing yards last week, but 0 touchdowns. And then I saw an article on the website that said why Justin Herbert might be the greatest, youngest quarterback of all time. Like, what? The 5th and last thing I want for Christmas on the heels of what Jack said is just another White Lotus season. You know, and that opening, that whatever that song is. So really big fan of that. Good eye candy in the show. But maybe we should add the quarterback for the Jets as the show creator next time, and not the Mike White that they had with the way that ending went. So that's what I want for Christmas. What do you want for Christmas? Let us know in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this with your friends. If we get 1,000 subscribers, we're giving away free merch.